Hello there. Today is another happy hour. So for this week, I pulled out all of my green scraps because my bag was kind of full. So fitting all of this into this little bag, that's quite a bit. So I just started chopping out leaves because that's something I always need. And I figured I better stop so that I can come back on with you watching. So because I'm going to use my punches, and these are the 3 punches that I like to use the most with the green leaves, or with the green. So, and then I'll make something out of them. So once I'm done. So that's what my plan is. So I'm just going to go ahead and start punching these out. And seeing what I can make out of this stuff. And I love having the negatives to use too. That's always fun. All right, this one, I may as well go ahead and do it as I'm going along. And just punch, punch, punch until I can punch no more. And then I can just throw the scraps away. That's a very good idea. Alrighty, and I do have these itty bitty little pieces left that I might be able to do little tiny. What I like to do though is just do extra leaves. Let's just do that because I always need a leaf or two. So that's what I think I'll do. Leaf. There, I think that's it. All right, so that's pretty good. Not too shabby. All right, pull my paper bag for paper garbage over here. That is really pretty. That pretty green. Now, how many can I get on here? I think if I just keep going back and forth, I'll be able to do this. Maybe. Maybe not. All right, it's got to go that way. All right, let's just go for it then. We'll just keep going. This is a tough one to punch through because it's part of a thick folder that I had. But I love to have green scraps so that I can punch out leaves because I always need leaves. Because I'm always and forever doing flowers. And look at those. Those are so pretty. Yep, they are. Alrighty, I can go in the garbage. Actually, I think I'm going to punch out some circles with that too. Maybe. We'll see. All right, let's punch out my leaves. Should get 4 out of this. Which is perfect. Nice. And then I should be able to get 2 more. Whoops, come on. There and here. Perfect. All right, and then I should be able to get a leaf or 2 out of the middle piece. At least 1 here. I like to get that 1 extra if I can. All right. All righty. Another good one. What do you punch out of your green? What do you use your green for? I do like to do apples sometimes too, green apples, but I kind of prefer the red to make the red apples to play with. Yep. There, that's better. I might be able to get 1 more out of here. So today, my husband and I went with my daughter. She came and picked us up, and we went over to the farm stand, and we got some honey, some local honey, so we can start taking a spoonful of it every day to help with our allergies, because we both have allergies. So, and the local honey really makes a difference. So, and all you need is a spoonful each day. And it's actually a rather nice little treat to have. Yep. That's kind of pretty. I think I'll just save that one. Ooh, these are really thick. I'm wondering how these will do. That one I might not be able to do, but this one I think I can if I lay it down. Yep, perfect. That's some pretty green too. Yeah, this is working nice. Very nice. All right, good. We can get a couple of those. Awesome sauce. I know, kind of boring just sitting there listening to me talk and punching out leaves. But you know what? These are the times I think it's kind of nice and relaxing, so you can just kind of do whatever you wanna do while we're just playing together. Because we can. Why not? Oh, we found some apple cider donuts that were sliced in half and filled with cream, so they were like a moon pie. Oh, my heavens. Oh, they were amazing. They were so delicious. Oh, my goodness. Talk about a delicious treat. We found that at the fruit stand. Yep. At the farm stand, I guess you'd call it. There we go. Perfect. Should be able to use that. This had to have come from a box because of the way it's shaped. And this is perfect color to get these leaves with. Very nice. Boy, I'm gonna replenish my leaves stash, that's for sure. This will be really nice. Alrighty. And then this one, same thing. Do you pre-cut your leaves out? I like to do the leaves, green apples, these bigger leaves and the smaller leaves, and I like to do the little banners. And I have a turtle punch, and I've got a salamander punch, my little lizard punch, which I love to use him. He's so adorable. And I use him quite a bit. I don't know, he just gets me giggling for some reason. He's just so cute. And he reminds me of Florida and our family that lives in Florida. Yep, every time we go there, then I love to see the gators and the salamanders. I don't know why. They're just fun. Even when I went on the cruise with my friends, they had my friend and her family for her daughter's gorgeous wedding. Miss Beauty Queen Niecy. That girl can wear anything, and she just makes it look amazing. But anyways, we saw lizards on that trip too when we went to La Ramona. That was such a fun little trip. Yep, it was. Maybe I can get 2 out of this. That would be nice. 1, 2. Buckle my shoe. Yes, yes, yes. Maybe I can get the smaller ones too. Oh, yes, I can. Perfect and perfect. Nice. All right, let's pull these ones out. Let's see, because these are small, bigger ones. These are nice size. Wonder how many trading cards we can get cut out of these too. Although I'm always needing the leaves the most. Maybe I'll do some more leaves. Why not? That's too thin. This one will work though. Actually, no, I don't want to do that one because that's more white than green. I want to stick with the mostly green because that's usually what I really need. That's better. Yeah, see, this is perfect for it. And there's a little gecko that I had punched out before. Gotta love them. One more? I think I can. Oh yes, I surely can. Woohoo! That's awesome. I can get more. Perfect. One more. I think I can. Yipper. I did. Nice. This will be good. This was a big envelope. That'd be cool. Up, and that's some background paper that I made. Some strips. Do I want to cut that? No, I think I'll save it. This, on the other hand, is perfect for more leaves. Nice. And this, oh, that's heavy cardboard. I could do this if I press it down real good. I save anything green that I can find, because if I can get leaves out of it, that's exciting for me. That's a lot easier to punch it that way. Easier on the old arthritic hands, that's for sure. My hands have been burning for 3 days. They just won't stop burning. Ooh, mulberry paper. what this was from, because I ordered my mom and my sister each one of those pop-up cards for, I don't know, it wasn't for Christmas, maybe for I don't know, for some holiday. And they had flowers and butterflies. Oh, they were so pretty. And my sister got so excited because when she received hers and she opened it up, then it was this great big cardboard envelope and it was all green with big old butterflies on it. She said, I had to save it for you. So the next time she came to visit me, then she gave it to me. So she saved the envelope that came in the package, because you're supposed to, they're set up so that you can order it, get it, fill it out, and then send it out. And I just ordered it and sent them out. So that way they still had the envelope. So if they wanted to send it to somebody else, they could. But in the meantime, they could display it in their house. So she thought that was exciting and said, hey, just save the envelope for Sissy. Which was wonderful because I got a lot of use out of that. That's really pretty paper. Yep, it is. Let's see if I can do this all together. I should be able to, if I just hold on to it properly. And one more. There we go. Oh, that is such cool looking paper. That'll make neat leaves. Yep. That's pretty leaf paper. Polka dots. Gotta love the polka dots. I love them. Growing up, I used to love that. Mom would say she always sewed because there were 6 of us kids, and so she was constantly sewing in her sewing room. So, and she made all of our clothes, oh gosh, for years. And she knew that I liked polka dots and pockets, and I loved smock type shirts. And so she would always try to keep that in mind. That was always really fun to come home from school after being in school all day, and she'd say, Barbie, come on in the room. Got some clothes for you to try on. And I'd say, okay. And that was so exciting. So I'd run upstairs and put my stuff away and run back downstairs and go to her room, and there on her bed she'd have a couple things for me to try on, and a couple things for my sister to try on, and a couple things for the boys to try on, and it was always fun. And she would just sit there all day long, sewing and sewing and sewing and sewing. Yep, I remember doing that with my girls. My husband, his clothes were so big that I could cut them up and make the girls each a dress out of his shirts, which was fun. Yep. So I'd make them little outfits. Yep. And then I would crochet them little hair twisties. So their hair stuff would match. When they got older, then I would make little, the scrunchies. I would make scrunchies for them. And oh, they love that. And then they learned how to make the scrunchies, and then they'd make their own scrunchies all the time. And every time they would make a new dress, they'd make a scrunchie to match. And then if they had extra, then they'd make scrunchies for their friends. That was pretty cool. Yep, pretty nifty. And these are paint. Somebody gave these to me, paint swatches. So I'm punching leaves out of those. Why not? They're green. Oops. Nice, all right. Should really lay it down. It's easier, Barb. Easier on the hands. Oh, much easier. Makes more noise this way, though. That's okay. At least I got some leaves. And this is wallpaper from way back when. I found one more box of wallpaper pieces that I didn't realize I still had. They were packed away in the spare room of the other house in Connecticut. And when I moved and found this surprise box, it was like, woohoo! And another whole box of these. That was fun. It's a nice treasure to find. Leaves, alrighty. Let's see how many we can get out of this one. I am going to have a nice supply of leaves. This is awesome. Very good. So I'll have to make something with these leaves and with flowers. That'd be fun. That's a tissue box. Oh, that's more of that envelope for my sister. The butterfly envelope. That was nice when I was getting everything ready to move and I was finding things and I was filling these bags back up and finding little scraps and things and cutting up folders. And I've got a whole slew of folders I can cut through and make into cards and then use the scraps for stuff like this. And that'll be nice. Perfect. Alrighty, I think we're done with this. That's a lot. That's awesome. And these are great. So that's it for the bigger pieces now. Not too shabby. So I can put this back in here. That'll be nice. And those are just small ones, so I guess I could do more geckos with that, but I don't need to do that right this moment. Those are real little ones, and these are kind of wider ones. So some strips, so that'll be nice. And I might be able to get a little bit more out of here. Let's see. See how many more we can get. I went through before and separated them. I like pieces like this to be able to cut leaves out of. There. Because those make really neat cards. No, that's too much white on there. Oops, I'm glad I turned those over and looked. That's not quite big enough for that other one, but for this one it will work. Get a row of 3, and I could use that negative. I love playing with the negatives, as you know. That's always fun to see what I can come up with. Ooh, that's a thick, that's part of a folder. Maybe I'll just do one on there. Those will make some nice little embellishments. As a matter of fact, I can leave these out too. That'll make an easy embellishment for me. Feels like paper, but that's okay. It works. Oops, better do a smaller one. Nice. That's a gorgeous color. I love that sagey color. Or olive, I guess you could call it too, like this. Definitely olive. It's so pretty. Liberty. I can get one out of there. Come on, there we go. I figured I could. Maybe two more. That one and one here. Yep. And maybe one more on the other side. Yes. Woohoo. Yay me. Good job. I'm impressed. Alrighty, this one. More polka dots. Gotta love the polka dots. Yep, yep, yep. Actually, that's really pretty. And checks. Gingham check. That's so pretty. I think I'm just going to do one out of each one of these because that'll make a real easy embellishment. Maybe I can get 2 leaves out of this. Yeah. There, that'll work. Ooh, I can get 3. Woohoo! I'm impressed. Can I get all 3? I did. I'm really impressed. All right. Cool beans. And a leafy looking one or grassy looking one. That'll be fun. This one. Oops, come on. That'll be pretty. Oh, that one fell apart. That's okay. Can I get the 3 leaves on there? Yes, I can. Perfect. I'm impressed. Can I get 2? Almost 3. That's okay. Sometimes. Oh, I did get the 3rd. Woohoo! That's even better. Good. All right. Then this can go in the garbage. There. Well, I'm pleased. Got quite a few things punched out here. That's nice. All right, and I can definitely use all those. That's really exciting. These are more bigger bits, but that's okay. And these other bits in here, let's see how many of these I can get punched out. I like to have these cut out too, to add to little cards. Yep, is that too thin? That might be too thin. No, I can. Ha ha. I am impressed. Well, hot dog. All right, not too shabby. That worked. Alrighty, let's do some of these. It's not gonna, it's gonna give me a hard time. That's okay. I did it anyways. Whoa. That was so fun to go out for a ride today. I really enjoy doing stuff like that. Just going for a ride and looking to see what's out and about. And the foliage is just starting now. So we were able to see some of that. So that was nice. We found some roads we haven't been on. And they're just like a couple streets up from my daughter's house. So that was kind of nice. I'll put these down in the bottom there. It's always fun to find different places to drive around. Yep. It's always fun to see. I like seeing different names, and either funny names or just different names. Yep. It's fun to look them up. I like to do a search and say, and have Siri pull them up on the phone and just give me a list of all the funny names in town of the streets. And it is, some of them are really funny. In Connecticut, we had 3 butt roads, B-U-T-T. And we had Whipple Road. That was a fun one. Yep. We had a few different real silly names. And my granddaughter likes spooky stuff, so she was wondering, are there any scary roads or roads with, how many cemetery roads are on the map? And so we drove around one day looking for all the cemetery roads, and she was enjoying that. There were quite a few. I was really surprised. Yep. Alrighty. There, that's perfect. Very good. And this one, that one's going to be too thin. So we'll just stick these ones right back in here. And any more. Let's see. Got a few of them so far. That's kind of nice. Oh, there's more of that butterfly envelope, so I guess we could do some more of this. Yep, that's perfect. Hope I can hear my husband getting up. He's going to go down and put his dinner together. Oh, let's see, keep going. We got this. One more maybe. I don't think I can get that last one. Nope, but that's good. Perfect. All right. There. Alrighty, I think that's good. What time are we at? Oh yeah, 34 minutes. So that was 30 minutes of punching out stuff, and now let's see what we can come up with. Let's make some stuff. Let me put these back away. Alrighty. There. Now we can go ahead, and that's a lot thinner. That's nice. Much better. I can actually close it now. Yay. Perfect. All right, so we've got all these leaves. That's a lot of leaves, and these smaller ones, and all of these negatives. This is fantastic. I love it. That's going to be great. All right, so let's make some stuff out of these. These are singles. Single, single, doubles. Single, single, double. Single. We can use those. Single. I like these singles. Boy, I sure did get quite a bit of them. That's a single. That one's kind of falling apart. I might be able to deal with that one. I'm sure I can, as a matter of fact. All right. There, then we'll save these bigger ones for later. All right, let's make some stuff out of here. So we've got these 3. So let's put a leaf on each of these. 1, 2, and 3. There. And then we can do, I did pull up flowers. So I can use these ones up. They're so pretty. Ooh, now I'm thinking I'm glad I put the scraps in the garbage right next to me, because I can pull those out with my hole punch and I can make middles for these flowers. That'll be pretty. And then they'll match. See, and I started talking about that before, but then I decided not to. But I'm going right back to it, which is nice. So, and that's okay. Yep. Get on in there. And I need my eraser. Nice. And then let me grab a scrubby and we can punch out some little dots. And this way I get lots of dots that I can play with. Yep. And they match. Yep. All right, let me grab another one. Or a couple more, I should say. Another couple. I do definitely get a lot of use out of my scraps, that's for sure. All right, that should be more than enough, Barbara. I don't think I need that many. All right, so this will be pretty. Put this down, and then put the flower on there, and then put the little green middle. That is going to be so pretty. Okay, so let's do this. Let's get that glue down. There, and then get that pretty little flower. Put on there, and then voila. And I need my picker-upper. And then I can use a little dot of glue in the middle. That'll be perfect. And pick up a dot and stick it in the center. And look at that. That makes a pretty embellishment. Isn't that fun? How simple and easy is that? Alrighty, so let's make another one like that. And this one has a little cutoff on the leaf, but that's okay. That does not bother me. I'm going to use it anyways. And a lot of times, there are little bits and pieces that are broken off when you pick up a leaf. All right, so let's go ahead and make 2 more of these little flowers, and we'll stack them together. What a pretty little flower to make out of book pages. See, when I'm making things for journals, making pockets or whatever, and then I have scraps left over, then I like to make flowers out of these scraps from the book pages too, because look how neat that looks. It just looks, I don't know, it gives it a little bit of an age to it. All right, so let's go ahead and put this down and put this one on and put a dot in the middle and put this one on and press that down and put another little dot in the middle and use the picker-upper and pick up a green dot and stick it in the center. That is so pretty. How easy peasy. Gotta love it. All right, we'll do another one. So then we'll have 3 of these. Real simple, we're just layered squares. Oops, put it up higher. There you go. All right, then we need 2 more flowers. These flowers are so thin too. I like it when they get discolored too and they get this yellowish hue to them. They have a neat aged look to them. And I love the way books smell. Nothing like it. Like an old-fashioned book. There, put that in there. And then another dot. And put this one in there. And press that down. And put a little dot in the middle. And add a green circle. That is so pretty. We've got 3 made. Aren't they nice? How simple dimple. Alrighty, so now we've got, where'd those single ones go? Did I throw them over here? Yes, I did. I shifted them over. Okay, so all of these are singles. Perfect. All right. So we can still play with those. All right, now let me get my little bag of white scraps right here. And let's see, let's get the bigger ones out. Oh, that's right, I have these. I want to use these up. This is really cheap, chintzy watercolor paper, and it is just ridiculous. When you put tape on it, it just pulls apart. It's not very sturdy, but for embellishments, it's fine. So that'll be pretty. You just stick it on there like that. And we can turn these into embellishments. Yep. Pinchers. Where'd my pinchers go? I got them out. Nice, nice, nice. That's pretty. Is there another triangle one? No, there's not, but that's okay. We can use that. That one's kind of ugly. I think I'm going to throw that one away. Yep, I did. I threw it in the garbage. All right, so this, we can put the glue on. Turn that over and put it in the corner. There. Then we can cut these. Don't squish your flowers, Barb. Alrighty. There. That's pretty. I think I'm going to go ahead and keep that shape, that triangular shape. I like that. Alrighty. And we've got these scraps down. We've got this, and I think I'm going to trim this down too. Voila. All right, now this one, I think I'm going to do just like these ones, but use the negative part of the leaf. Why not? So let's get 2 flowers and go ahead and fold those up. And we can add the flowers on these. Have you ever thought of doing that? Use the negative and put these pretty flowers on there. See? That'll be cool. And again, if we put the green middle in the middle, then that'll make it all come together. Awesome. There. All right, now let's go ahead and squirt some glue. Press that down. Squirt some glue. Add this one to it. There. And then the magic is always when you add that little dot in the center, and it just makes it pop. I love how that happens. As soon as you put that middle in, ta-da, poof, it pops. I love it. Isn't that fun? All right, so now we're going to do the same thing with this one. Why not? A triangular shaped one. Isn't that fun? So let's just fold these up. Put a dab of glue right there. Little dab will do ya. There we go. And then we need to get the next one and do the same thing. Fold it over. And if you're watching what I'm doing, I'm just taking my fingernail and putting it in the middle of the flower petal and just folding it right over my fingernail. There. Perfect. All right. Then put this on there. Voila. Press that down. Add a little dot in the center. Use the picker upper and put that right in the middle, and ta-da! I love it. I love how that looks. All right, let's do another one. We've got this one, so we can do the same thing. All righty. Let's see. That'll fit. So let's get some glue on there. And even though it's opened up here along this edge, that's okay, because once you glue it down, it's down. Ta-da! There. Then we can cut that. Voila. And I'm just going to leave the excess on there because I kind of like that look on this one. And then we'll take 2 more flowers and do it again. And the monochromatic is such a nice visual, I think, to have it all in that same color. I really like the way it looks. Pick that dot up and put it in the middle. Ta-da! I love that. Those are so cute. All right, now let's pull these over. We've got all these flowers and these dots and all these pretty embellishments that we're making. Now we can add fiber. So we could make a little bow and add those. We could add more leaves if we wanted to, because we've got all these leaves. We could certainly add some more in there. I mean, why not, you know? Isn't that cute? Actually, I like that. I think I like that one better, especially because this is so light and the background is so light. So let's go ahead and add that together. Go for it. Why not? Or maybe on one side for now, because I'm picturing adding the bow. So that's pretty. I like that. And I think this one needed it. All right, the other ones look good, I think, the way that they are. This one could be okay if we added another one. Why not? It's laying here. We'll put it on. There. Stick that right underneath there. Ta-da! All right, now let's make a couple bows. I think that'll be pretty. Just some simple ones. All right, where'd my picker-uppers go? Did I put them in there? I laid them right there. Okay, there they are. And I just need some little tiny bows, so let's do this. Gotta love making bows. Don't you come through. There. Voila. That'll be cute. All right. trim that up, and then let's see what that would look like. That is adorable. I like that. Oh, I like that. Or we can add it right on the leaf. Or we can add it right in the middle. I don't like it in the middle. Or we can just add it on its side like that. Or we can add it over here. Oh, I think I like it over here. And on this one, we could add a word. Let's do that. That'll be nice. All right. So let's put a little dollop of glue on here. Put this down. And then we'll choose a word to stick on there. That'll be nice. Get in there. All right, there. I like that. That's pretty. All right, let's find a word. Let's see. We have words. Yes, we do. Believe in yourself is there a little short one. Documented. Happy together. Oh, here you go. Limited edition. Why not? That'll work. Ta-da. Here, we'll stick it over sideways. That is cute. I like that. We can do that with this one too. Let's put some words on here. Happy together. Shine brightly. There you go. We'll put shine brightly down. We can add that right here. Right across there. That's pretty. Just because we can, and there's plenty of room, that's for sure. Why not? All right. Now let's make a little bow for this one. That's cute. Pull them down and make the petals the same size, or the loops, whatever you want to call them. That'll be pretty. Right there, or right here. Oh, right there. Or up there. Nope, I like it under better. Right there. Okay. We're going to do it right there. Why not? Voila. That's perfect. That's cute. So we've got 2 embellishments done. I like those. Alrighty. Now these. Let's see. I'm thinking maybe it's just a bow on each one. Not really big enough for words, unless I put them, when I put them on a card, then I could add a word next to them or crossing over the embellishment, like hanging off onto the card too. I like to do that. All right, this will have bigger loops. I kind of like that. That shape, that's kind of pretty. And then let's pull that tight. Come on. Oh, you're going to give me a hard time now, huh? All right, well, let's pull you a little bit shorter so I can get you a little bit tighter. There. Voila. That's better. That's cute. Okay. Let's do that. We're going to put it right in that corner. There you go. That looks pretty. Those are really nice. What time is it? 54 minutes. That's pretty cool. Do I want it for this? You know what I'm thinking is, I'm thinking of getting, the pearls might be pretty. Let's use pearls. That's a good idea. Alrighty. I'm going to be dangerous and dump them out here. Hopefully the cat doesn't jump up and start walking on him. He'll get his little paws filled up with little teeny, little dinky tiny pearlies. All right, now, oh, that's the one that was empty, I believe. Yep, good. This is an empty pen, and so I can use that to get glue and put it on. So I'm going to grab a piece of scrap in here. Put a little bit of glue right here. because that's all I need is just a tiny little bit. Then I can grab the glue from here, and I can do, you know what, I think I'm going to put it right on the tip of that one. Right on the tip of that one. Why not? That one. This one. Just because if you can see them, that's going to be so cute. Okay, lay down there. That is adorable. These are so tiny. These are fingernail pearls that you're supposed to put on your fingernails, which I pluck them right off. I cannot wear them on my fingernails. There, then we could put one in the middle of each one. That would be fun. Or off to the side. There, that's perfect. Oh, that is so cute. And yes, I will hold it up closer so you can see it in just a moment. That is adorable. Okay, I've got to do that on these. That is just too cute. Plus, we've got more glue, so we may as well put some there and some right there. So there's one. And we need some more little pearlies. And one right there. That is adorable. Oh my goodness. All right. And then again, where's that pen? So see, when you run out of ink in your pen, save it, because you can use that pen to glue things to it, to other items. Oh, that is so darling. I love how little dinky these are. Come on, get off of there. There you go. All right, and one more. And there's perfect. Alrighty, I need 1, 2. So we need one here and one there. Awesome. So I can pick this one up. Perfect. I can smell our dinner cooking. There we go. And then I can close this. We just needed that one left. One right there. Perfect. All right, those are adorable. Okay, let me get these on a board, and I just put another board up here. Yes, I did. All right, so we've got 1, 2, and 3. These came out really adorable. Look at those. And you see the little pearlies? You see it there, and then up in there, and there, and up in there. Those are so cute. And then we've got this one, and this one, and this one. Aren't they fun? So I hope you've enjoyed this today, this happy hour together, and hopefully you've been able to accomplish something also, or just been able to relax and rest with me. So while you're listening and watching. So either way, I hope you had a nice little visit with me. And until we meet again, happy crafting. Bye-bye.